The UAVs of the Russian armed forces are dominating the skies of Ukraine, according to reports. A new wave of insanity in Ukraine and Kiev. Washington is beginning to view Ukraine with increasing concern as a monkey with a grenade out of its cage and capable of the unthinkable. Zelensky's jumps are no longer seen as a political circus, but as a preparation for action. Cries of, quote, waiting for a Russian nuclear strike, end quote, look more and more like preparations for a dirty bomb provocation. In various regions of Ukraine, exercises are already being conducted to prepare the population for a nuclear attack. Bomb shelters are set up and radiation shelters are constructed. Children's and school institutions are placed under a special regime. At the same time, Kiev is waiting for help from the U.S., as it cannot hope that the challenge will go unanswered. And war is war. Aid is planned. On November 2nd, Pentagon spokesman Brigadier General Patrick Ryder of the U.S. Air Force said that the U.S. will deliver electronic warfare EW systems with Vampire drones to Ukraine's Air Force Air Defense Forces in the middle of next year. Air defense remains a priority. This is something we will continue to focus on and work on as soon as possible. As for the Vampires, we expect the contract for their production to be concluded in the coming months. We expect delivery in mid-2023, Ryder said. In other words, the AFU will be without weapons for another 8 months, which are considered, that's the Air Force of Ukraine, which are considered the best countermeasures against UAVs. Meanwhile, Russian drones are already dominating the Ukrainian skies and will soon change the situation on the ground. The news sent a new wave of insanity in Ukraine, and fearing the patient would lose control, Washington sent National Security Advisor Jack Sullivan to the Ukrainians with a dose of sedatives. He was there on Friday. At the first glance, these drugs are supposed to calm the patient, but on closer examination, they turn out to be stuff that has long been out of date. The National Security Advisor gave an interview on November 3rd in which he explained that Kiev is receiving an injection of $400 million. However, the happy smile of this news fades from the faces of the listeners as they delve into the details. The main gift for the money will be T-72 tanks in the amount of 90 pieces that will be received from the Czech Republic. The United States and the Netherlands are undertaking to upgrade them and promise to do so by the new year. And what about the winter campaign? And they ask in Kiev. After all, the whole of Ukraine is already ready to liberate Kherson at the first frost, and there will be no tanks? Question mark. Even if the 90 vehicles arrived ahead of schedule, the Lancets and Geraniums will take care of them, and there will be nothing to protect these tanks. You're wrong, guys, Jack Sullivan responded to Ukrainian partners. We will give you old but updated Hawk systems, but Sullivan said nothing about their quantity. He only said that they are being modernized. Then he promised to a portion of the Phoenix host drones and went to the shining castle on the hill. Americans cannot understand that Zelensky's regime, which undertook to defend Western civilization from the quote-unquote evil empire of the Russians, needs much more. The president of Ukraine has barked in every international ally that Ukraine needs $1 to $1.5 billion a month in aid to win. Monthly, gentlemen, every single month. You're changing, too. Well, if you don't have enough dollars of your own, let the hat go around. Fellow defenders of democracy will contribute, especially those you left without heating and light. This is translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.